Hello, everybody. I am back for another two headphone edition of my vloggy thing that I decide to do whenever I feel like it. So, yeah. Hi. Oh, my yesterday, my whole yesterday was a thing. It was a thing. So, yesterday I had an exam, which was for administrative law. There's something more to that title of the exam, but it's just administrative law or admin law. And that subject. Oh my goodness, that subject. So that was one of the subjects we had where we nobody had no idea what was going on. Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at my notifications. It's like I had Steam everywhere. But anyway, but yeah, nobody had no idea what was going on, and everyone's like, okay, since it was open book, and we had the question was released at 9 o'clock, and the actual exam was at 2. So, we prep for the exam and whatever, and then we go in, and for those 9 till 2, that's about 5 hours, was it? Yeah, for that 5 hours that well, most people were not in the exam. The people were just learning the subject because we did not know what was going on. Because our lectures were just, we didn't get that much out of them. And we were just like, oh, okay, oh, and one of the things that was annoying, we're doing a topic called judicial review, whereby if you have if a decision was made by a public body, say a school or a government body like a local authority, you can appeal to the courts to say, I want this decision changed. It's not like criminal or civil, it's administrative law. So you'd have to, it's not you'd want to punish them, you just want the decision to be changed or rethought, X, Y, Z. And there are several criteria that you have to use when going about judicial review. And then, so one of the criteria is that the claim has to be brought within 3 months of the incident. And here comes the problem. So the question that we had was written, and it was dated that the incident happened in 2010. So bearing in mind that's 4 years ago, and it's basically about this kid who had learning disabilities. He was sent to a special school. Went there for a couple of years. The special school needed to shut down, and the government was sending him back to his old school, which was deemed unfit. And we were like, okay, what do you want us to do? Kept on being told that we have 6 months to claim. And then when we looked on the internet and looked at all the different procedures and civil procedurals and court procedures and all that, you're saying 3 months. But that law came in 2013, halfway through. So, do we treat it like it happened in 2010? And even by then, they're still out of this time period? Or do we treat it like it happened now and the claim is time-barred for about 4 years? And it was just like a bone of contention for a lot of people. And even I was so annoyed. We were having conversations, and I had one cyclical conversation. I was just like, okay, but it's time barred. So I meant to answer the question like it's not time barred, or yes, but I kept on coming back to, oh, but if you say it's time barred, it kills the question. Therefore, you get, and it was just going round and round. It was just confusing, because what do you want us to do when this building has been knocked down, had a built a block of flats built over it? Do you want us to like go back in time and like undo the mess that was done? Do you want, and even if we transposed it to the dates to the future, the event of the decision would take place next month effectively. So therefore, it would make no sense in bringing this claim because nothing has happened. It was just like, what? And then I think it just came a point like, look, we just got to put that to the side. And then we actually started teaching each other what judicial review was. And by that time, I was kind of like, okay, I kind of understand more now than what I did, and that's kind of bad. Um, so yeah, it was a thing. It was an entire thing. I mean, and then it came to the actual exam period. Part of my body, part of me was just like, oh my god, I have no what to do, and the other part was just like, okay, just calm down and go for it. And I did what I could. I took the notes that I made during the revision sections, and I did as much as I went. And I was like, this is one of those modules where like I'm okay with getting a 40. That's a pass, basically. I'm okay with getting a pass because I had no idea what was going on. I was struggling in the exam, so hopefully, I get a pass. Um, yeah, so that's what was my yesterday. And then for the rest of I think as soon as I got back home after the exam had finished, I just hopped on Dark Souls, and I was just playing that Dark Souls 2, and I was just playing that for the rest of the night because my brain was just like, no more. On another note, Dark Souls 2 is pretty fun. That is my first Souls game. I've never played Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1. And it's every bit as brutal as people say. But I think that there is that whole charm of I got my butt handed to me. But maybe if I go back again and try it this time, I won't die. I'll get it this time. And there's that whole thing of, and then when you kind of make progress, you're like, yes, I did it, and then you progress, and then the game just kicks you back to the curb again. It's just like, no, you will not progress. You will not have. You will have fun, but you will not progress very far very quickly. There, this is the kind of game where you just go and just start flipping things when you die. Because the way it works, once you kill an enemy, you collect souls, which is like your currency. And then once you die, you lose all of those souls. But you can retrieve those souls if you get back to where you died and collect them again. But if you die while still trying to collect those souls, you lose them. So there have been times when I've had 10,000, and that's a lot. That's a lot of souls because you need about initially around 2,000, well 500 to level, and as you level up, that cap gets higher. So I've got to the point where I need 8,000 to level up, just to level up one stat, and then I was doing this boss. I got my butt handed to me. I was like, that's 10,000 souls gone. And then when I tried to go back into the boss room, a little guy just killed me. I was like, just flipping I was just not happy. Not happy at all. But it's those moments where you actually beat the boss and get through all the death traps or whatever. You're like, yeah, I can beat this game. It's like Stockholm syndrome. It captures you and you start to love it, and you know it's wrong in a sense. But yeah, I think the most appropriate term to coin this with is funstration. Is the term a friend of mine came up with, and that is exactly what this game is: funstrating. So yeah, I play that game. It's a lot less stressful. Ironically, I compared admin to Dark Souls. Admin Souls, Prepare to Die edition. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, that's my ramblings for today. I hope this finds you well. Hope you're doing okay. I hope everything is good with you, and I hope you're not stressing over admin law like I was. Or if you have exam period, because I know that's a lot of time for this, people. Good luck with all that. Hope your revision goes well. Hope everything goes well for you. And I will talk to you very soon regarding whatever my brain decides to talk to you about. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.